Hello and welcome. Live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. You're watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwa, and today our focus would be on the North Central. But before we get into that, let's have a snippet of our top stories making rounds at the moment. The federal government has placed popular Fuji musician Wasiu Ayinde, also known as K1, the ultimate or Kwam1, on a no-fly list. This was disclosed through the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development on his official X handle. According to the minister, this decision was reached due to an incident involving the musician, Kwam1, and ValueJet Airline at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, on August 7, 2025. Kwam1 was reportedly said to have been stopped by some officials of the airport due to a substance he was holding. But rather than obeying, Kwam1 was said to have deliberately positioned himself in front of the aircraft, trying to prevent it from taking off. However, this action did not prevent the aircraft from taking off. This move has since earned the pilot and co-pilot a suspension of their licenses by the NCAA pending the conclusion of investigation. Meanwhile, Mr. Kiyamo has directed the pilot and co-pilot, as well as Kwam1, to be placed on a no-fly list and has instructed all local and international airlines to adhere to this directive or risk a withdrawal of their operating license. Troops of the 6th Brigade Nigerian Army and Sector 3 of Operation Wellstroke have rescued 7 people who were kidnapped along the Chinkai-Kente-Wukari Road in Wukari local government area of Taraba State. The victims, who were abducted on August 3, 2025, were freed after troops overpowered the kidnappers during a rescue operation. 4 were found safe in Chinkai Forest on August 5, and 3 more, all women, were rescued on August 6 in Owedi community. The Nigerian Army reveals that the operation shows its strong commitment to fighting kidnapping and keeping Taraba residents safe. The commander of 6th Brigade, Brigadier General Kingsley Uwa, praised the troops and promised continued operation to protect lives and property in the state. Staying with security, the Nigerian Air Force has recorded another major success in the fight against terrorism in an airstrike carried out by the air component of Operation Fansanyama, which hit a large group of terrorists gathered for a wedding at the foot of Asola Hills in Safe local government area of Zamfara State. The precision strikes, based on reliable intelligence, neutralized many terrorists and injured several others. Follow-up ground operations by troops also encountered and overpowered ambush attempts, further weakening the terrorists' presence in the region. The operation has brought renewed hope and relief to communities long troubled by insecurity in Zamfara and surrounding areas. The Director General of the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, says it plays an active role in ensuring that food consumed by Nigerians are safe. Speaking on Channels Television Sunrise Daily, the Director General of the agency explains that while NAFDAC may not regulate every item sold in open markets, it intervenes immediately when there are public health concerns. The DG cited examples such as groundnut oil that foams or gives off a foul smell when heated, as it depicts signs of contamination that pose serious health risks.
It's not like NAFDAC is the only agency that controls food from the market, from the common market. We have state controls. But when we hear that something is going on somewhere, we step in. So it is not like NAFDAC has the mandate to go to the market, all the markets, and start sampling food. For example, oil. We know, not even groundnut oil, palm oil. Okay. If it is too red, they might have added dyes to it. And that one is mostly packaged. We normally go to such markets, take samples, test whether it has azo dyes, and we evacuate. We also do a lot of sensitization. You know, we have a complex society. Poverty and lack of education. About 50% of our people are not educated. And this is where your question comes in about GMO. People don't understand that they have to look at the label. People don't understand that if it is too cheap, it may be bad. But because of poverty and lack of education or illiteracy, some people fall into this trap.
Before we wrap up on the food,
Yes.
on the food topic, I said groundnut oil, and the reason why I brought up is because there's an epidemic going on right now where when you put groundnut oil on the fire, it starts to foam and smells funny. Yes. Again, it starts to foam and smells funny.
That is, again, somebody has tampered with something. They've falsified it. That is part of what we do in NAFDAC, that we have our registered manufacturers. They will not deliberately falsify because they know it will cost them an arm and a leg. If we find out, we're going to evacuate, we're going to destroy their products. But if they are falsified, it may not even, the manufacturers may not know. But we also have a food lab in Oshodi, the food lab in Oshodi, where we would test. If we are given an intelligence report or somebody comes to us and says this is what is happening, we test. And we go to the source and make sure that those products are evacuated. And then sensitize. It is sensitizing our people. Don't let just poverty, cost determine what you buy. Because, and I don't blame our people, there's a lot of poverty in the land.
The West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has identified technical issues in the recently released 2025 results for school candidates. A statement issued by the examination body says an internal review revealed that the glitch affected key subjects including mathematics, English, biology, and economics. WAEC says it's traced the issue to its new paper serialization system introduced to curb exam malpractice. The council has temporarily taken down the results from its online portal and assured students and parents that corrections will be made within 24 hours. WAEC apologizes for the disruption while reaffirming its dedication to accuracy, transparency, and maintaining the integrity of its examinations. We start off with politics, where the Benue State House of Assembly has suspended 5 lawmakers, including the chairman of the House Committee on Local Government, for tampering with an investigative report on alleged fraud involving the suspended Otukpo Local Government chairman. The suspension will last for 3 plenary sessions. The lawmakers were accused of shielding Mr. Ogiri from disciplinary actions by altering facts in their report concerning allegations of financial misappropriation, thuggery, and the illegal closure of the Legislative Council chamber.
The Benue State House of Assembly suspended 5 lawmakers, including the House Committee Chairman, Local Government, Mr. Shimawa Turner, for altering a report that investigated fraud allegations against the suspended Otukpo Local Government Chairman, Mr. Maxwell Ogiri. The Assembly took this action after discovering that the committee's report covered up issues of financial misappropriation, abuse of office, and the illegal closure of the Legislative Chamber by the Otukpo chairman. During the plenary session, the Speaker, Mr. Ndono Dajo, erased the findings of a 5-member ad hoc committee, which reveals how the original committee, led by Mr. Shimawa, tried to protect the suspended chairman.
I happened to meet the chairman, to which he confessed that he operated different accounts. And he also admitted that the government land was sold. A chain of 17 million naira.
Mr. Chairman, I'm coming here.
So the chairman is not disputing what we are saying. If you want, let him go to court, we can prove our case. One, the chairman has been suspended. I think this report mainly is because of the people that handle the report. And the chairman of the committee also admitted that they tampered with the report. And the whole committee made recommendation that Honorable Shimawa should be suspended for 3 months.
The majority leader, Mrs. Satya Tise, accused the Shimawa-led committee of criminal conduct by hiding key facts.
He said that he created this online account and linked it to Otukpo revenue account, that automatically When money is paid on that online account, it is sent to Otubo. So I would have loved them to answer this question. Since we have not read, let them know whether they were able to trace that on account, and what is the account name, which bank online.
Following the suspension of the 5 lawmakers for 3 sessions, the Assembly then invites the Executive Secretary, Bureau for Solid Minerals, Acting Chairman, Benue Internal Revenue Service, the Accountant General, and 2 others to come and explain unaccounted mining revenue loss.
The list of all mining companies should be submitted to the Office of the Speaker on before Friday, the 8th of August 2025. And lastly, number 3, that the Executive Secretary of Solid Minerals, Mr. Stephen Puta, the Acting Chairman of VRS, Mr. Joseph Kwaza, the MD of Benue State Mining Company, Nigeria Limited, Mrs. Edo Mongo, PhD, and the Accountant General of the State, Mrs. Teresa Isi, should appear before the House at our next sitting.
They're expected to appear before the House next week to provide clarifications on the state's revenue.
Staying in Benue State, the state government is taking bold steps to boost its economy by seeking 267.2 billion naira from the Natural Resources Development Fund. Governor Hyacinth Alia hosted a delegation from the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission at the Government House in Makurdi, where the state formally presented its funding proposal.
Today's engagement is a defining moment, a call to vision, strategy, and partnership for repositioning Benue State on the path of sustainable economic growth and transformation. And while our resources are immense, we understand that prosperity is never automatic. It must be built deliberately, strategically, and inclusively.
The chairman, Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Mr. Desmond Akawo, praised Benue State government for its structured and ambitious proposals.
We'll be going around to see other project sites, and we believe that at the end of the day, their desire, as enshrined in the report we just received, that we want to turn around Benue to become a destination for tourism in this country. We believe after going around, we put up our reports, which definitely as an advisory committee, we make our recommendation to Mr. President, and he has the final decision on this issue of the fund.
Welcome back. We're now being joined by the Chief Press Secretary to Governor Hyacinth Alia of Benue State, Mr. Teso Kula. Thank you for joining us as we're going to be talking on infrastructure and development. Nice to have you join us, sir. Okay, now what are the major infrastructure projects currently ongoing under Governor Alia's administration, and how are they impacting rural and urban communities in the state?
Yeah, when His Excellency came in, it is no longer news that there was a mass decay in infrastructure. And so he went in straight away, first to tackle the issue of roads, especially that the rains were about to come in. And so to take care of rural roads and urban roads became the immediate demand of the system. And so Boko, Otubo, and Makurdi were the first that were given priority. But he started in Makurdi, the state capital, where 16 roads were earmarked, and within a very short time, they were completed. And so another phase was given that we can talk about 23 roads, the same Makudi. And so there are some roads also in Boko, and then there are some have been to go, and after that, he moved to the rural areas. Those roads to a Jew. That road cut across 3 local governments. There is another one from Guem to here. And Ushongo, it also cut across 2 local governments. There's another one from Kwande. So across the state, basically, so as regards road networks, His Excellency is massively opening up the road. Rural roads, the open areas.
Okay.
To avoid
not like you
across some streets that made other areas to consistently submit during heavy rains.
Okay,
that's where we are in respect to rules, and it caught.
Now I'm with you. Yes, I want to chip in. I want to chip in something there. Now you've spoken about road construction. For over the years, like you mentioned, there has been infrastructural decay and neglect. Now you have spoken about road construction. Nigerians would like to know what's happening in regards to healthcare and education infrastructure, especially in neglected areas in the state.
He pointed out that if we go to rural areas, the local governments we have in the state, we have 23 local governments. You hardly can see a local government that is not witnessing the construction of a road there or a road passing through such local government. We have 23 local governments, and I started mentioning from Zone A part of the state, Zone B part of the state, and Zone C part of the state. In Zone A, I can tell you that we have more than 6 roads ongoing in that zone. I can name them. If you come to Zone B, where you have major metropolis of Boko, you have an underpass that is already 98 completion in Boko, same underpass 98 completion in Makudi, and then you have other streets, other streets like I told you in Makudi, the state capital, already 16 that were earlier earmarked have been completed. And I can also tell you that Makudi has been properly laid out. There is nowhere, no major street in Makudi, the state capital, that you go during night that you have darkness. All the major streets have seen solar lights that have also given opportunity for people who do their businesses in the night, and there's also provided security for people who ply these roads in the night.
Okay, now, Mr. Teso, I would like...
I tell you also that in areas, in other areas like health sector, hello, you have the health sector, you have the educational sector, where facilities in these sectors were terrible. And so about 220 areas in some schools is total reconstruction. In the area of health. You also see that some hospitals at the moment, and then the primary health care system is also receiving attention. Just a few weeks ago, the commissioner in that ministry told us that about 16 healthcare centers are undergoing very serious reconstruction, so that our rural people will have value for their taxes they are paying. This is the taxpayers' money that's being used to do these things. And the governor is committed to giving people a new life as far as the system is concerned.
Okay.
So the issue of infrastructure, I can tell you that Benue has become a construction site that will go to every local government. It will go to the capitals.
Okay, thank you very much. We were being joined by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Benue State, Governor Hyacinth Alia, Mr. Teso Kula. Thank you for joining us on the program. Over in Niger State, a bold move to transform the state's livestock sector. Governor Umar Bago has launched the livestock movement and veterinary inspection permit system. The initiative was unveiled during a stakeholders consultative meeting held in Boso, Minna. Governor Bago condemned the activities of cattle rustlers and criticized neighboring states that grant amnesty to bandits, noting such leniency has led to increased livestock thefts in Niger State.
Some states that have gone into agreement for peace treaty with the bandits, we have found these same bandits, coming into Niger State, to steal cattle from our herdsmen, and this is not acceptable. So we have found some of these cattle in markets in other states that are in amnesty with these people. It's not amnesty. If it's amnesty, they should have dropped their weapons, and surrender and go back to the real business. But what they have done is that they have compromised other states that are neighboring to them, and we don't have any settlement for any bandit here. They only come from this northwestern state to hit Niger State and go back. So what we have done now, we have reinforced with the security forces. Anybody, whether there is amnesty or not, you come to Niger State to steal, we will follow you and we will hit you back.
The governor also announced strict measures, including a ban on roadside farming, regulation of grazing zones, enforcement of certified abattoirs, and the allocation of 120,000 hectares of grazing reserves.
We have 120,000 hectares of grazing reserve across the state, and in every local government, these reserves exist. We are working with the Prime Minister of Livestock, Prime Minister of Agriculture, and our development partners to bring in seeds for grasses.
For coffee lovers, Plateau State is making history by hosting Nigeria's first ever International Coffee Festival, a landmark event expected to attract delegates from over 30 countries. More than just a celebration, the festival aims to promote Plateau's unique Arabica coffee, create up to 10,000 jobs, empower local farmers, and draw global investors to the region.
Nestled in Nigeria's highlands, Plateau State is fast becoming the hub for premium Arabica coffee, thanks to its high altitude, cool climate, and fertile soil. Known for its smooth taste and rich aroma, Plateau coffee is gaining attention for its export potential and economic value. The state government is taking bold steps to revive the sector with a strong focus on sustainability and global competitiveness, create thousands of jobs and increase incomes for local farmers.
The Plateau coffee is going to hit the international market very soon. There's going to be a coffee festival in Jos here, and we are collaborating and encouraging them to be able to take it to the next level. I know many people farmed coffee about 10, 15 years ago. There was no market. They gave up. Good news, market is waiting for us. I know the opportunities in the agri sector are so enormous.
That vision is taking shape as the local organizing committee unveiled detailed plans for Nigeria's first ever International Coffee Festival to be held in Jos.
Our intention for this coffee festival is to launch 821 coffee shops in Nigeria. And for the purpose of these 821 coffee shops, we intend to also involve the roasters. We intend to involve also the processors. We also involving the farmers, the marketers, and investors. So the forum on the 28th to 30th of August is going to be a combination of empowered nation.
The LOC chairman, Nanven Stephen, reveals that farmers will receive hands-on training in modern techniques, post-harvest processing and packaging to meet global market standards.
So this is a very good opportunity. And in fact, the price, like one of the speakers was saying, is so high. The international coffee supply is short. Plateau State can take advantage. Nigeria can take advantage. On the Plateau here, we have Coffee Arabica, which is the most sorted type of coffee. The other type is Robusta in the lowland. This one is a highland coffee. So the one that we grow here is the most sorted internationally.
As preparations gain momentum and international interest grows, Plateau State is set to emerge as the coffee capital of Nigeria.
And that's where we drop the anchor in this edition of Newsroom Series. I'm Dominic Iriwu. Enjoy the rest of your day.